Okay, hey guys, this is Sissy Knitting, and this is for the Hooksandneedles2 podcast. And let me grab my project. Okay, there's my hook. And I am still working on this granny square shawl. And I know I ain't going to have it done by this weekend. If I do, that's cool. If I don't, that's fine. Okay, yeah, I'm going down now. Okay, so in this little podcast, I'm going to be doing something different. And if you like it, I will continue. It's a little bit more organized. So here we go. The subject I want to talk about today is color work. And I'm going to get a sip real quick. Color work. Okay, topic going into detail about coming up with colors. You probably have watched Margaret O'Landard, her video about colors and stuff like that. I've watched Single Hands Knit podcast today on Blimp. She was talking about how different stuff inspires us with different colors and how nature perfectly puts colors together. And I totally agree. Okay. My question is, where do you find colors that you put together? Do you go to websites to look up different colors? Do you look at nature? Do you set out the yarn and look at it, play with the colors, figure out which ones you want to put together? How do you come up with the color work you put together? Let's see. Do you plan for the project that you're putting colors together, or do you just go for it, basically, for planning the project with color work? And this color work is like for like a blanket, in Tunisia with knitting and crochet, where you do a graphic work, stuff like that. Okay, subject, planning for a project. Okay, for when you plan for a project, are you more of a computer geek like me? Or do you sit down and plan it on paper? That's my question. And then for patterns, for following a pattern, do you tend to print it out? Or sorry, I'm moving you a little bit. You're going to hear my cat. She's in heat. I'm sorry. But we just have to look over. Okay. Do you print your patterns out, or do you keep them on your tablet, your computer? How do you do it when you follow your pattern? Okay, yeah, I changed one. Okay. Me, I'm more electronic person here now. Okay. Buying yarn. Okay. Are you an impulse buyer? Or do you have to figure out what you don't have in stock and then you stock up on it? Or do you only buy it when it's on sale? Now, a lot of people will only go on yarn hauls if there's a sale. Now, me, for example, it don't have to be on sale. And I know I'm bad for that, because around here, you don't really catch really good sales. And if they have one in Michael's, you don't know about it, because they don't post it in the paper or anything like that. You hear about it on YouTube, and after time you done hear about it on YouTube, the darn sale's done gone. So I'm fed up with Michael's around here. Okay. And let's see. Are you a deal buyer? A deal buyer is something like I said, you only buy on sales. You buy from secondhand shops like Goodwill, You do yard sales for yarn. People give you yarn. I know on Craigslist, one of the members in Yarn Addiction talked about people were giving away yarn and stuff. I haven't had that around here, but boy, did she get lucky. Okay. And then Big Lots has yarn, but the only problem with Big Lots is, like Olivia said and Margaret said, that they really don't put the correct labels on it. And I know that AC Moore has just started to sell them Galana whatever yarns too, and it's the same thing. And what it is they're selling stuff that's not sold really good, and they're really small balls, so they're like $1. And my problem is too, I guess I'm stingy. If I'm going to buy a $1 yarn, it better be like fun fur or an accent yarn, because I'm not going to spend no $20 on a dollar yarn just to do one project, because that, to me, that's dumb. You know, I want more yardage for my money. That's me. And then, okay, let's see. I'm making sure I'm not going black on here. The screen going black. Okay. And I talked about yarn buying. Okay. Are you, let's see. Has anybody tried the, this is something I made up a while back on my other channel. And I know some people are doing it now. The Yarn Addiction project. And that is where you set a period of time for not buying yarn, and you go through your stash and you make kits. And kits, like I showed you in my videos, are where you take your yarn, you look through Ravelry, look at the yardage, you look at the type and what you can do, and you print out the pattern, you put it in the bag, and you put the amount of yarn you need for the project and the type. I hear you. And you tape together, or you hot glue the bag together, whatever, and you set it aside, and you do that for your yarn that you have, and you just go through and you organize it through kits. Because I know Hooks and Needles, Annie's club, does projects like this, and sometimes you'll get specialty yarns with that, sometimes you won't. But I know Yarn Box does this too, but Yarn Box is more, sorry, my yarn's splitting, more of a animal fiber thing going on. And there's another one kind of like Yarn Box, but it's a little bit more expensive. Dana, there we go. Dana Pittman talked about it and done a review on both of them, if you want to check her out on YouTube. And then after you do that, you your stash will go down, and then you just go back and you rebuild your stock and stuff. And my screen went black. And I talked about planning for the kits. Sounds like I'm saying kids, but it means I'm trying to say kits. And you're going to hear Buster barking because I think people are walking up and down Main Street right now. Either that or he thinks I'm talking to somebody, but I'm only talking to y'all. That dog's crazy. Okay. And also, when you do the kits and you get your stash organized in your own no yarn spinning spree. I know a lot of people do this. I know Erin was on a diet for all her crafts, but now she's getting back to where she can spend a little bit on different stuff that she's not on a diet for no more. But that was her personal goal, not the Yarn Addiction project thing. The reason I like that project is because if I get an itch to go spend money on yarn, I can go up into my little yarn room or store, whatever you want to call it, and pick out my yarn and pick out a project and sit down and do it. I don't have to go into a store and go buy yarn. And the last time I went to go get, my yarn keeps splitting, to go get my aunt's finishing touches on the blanket, I was going to do a haul, but I didn't. I stopped myself because people looked at me weird for getting so much yarn at first. I'm like sitting there thinking, yeah, you look on like I'd never seen people buying yarn before. I don't know. I'd rather, here lately, if I can wait a week or two for a project and I plan ahead and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and order it online because, one, it's cheaper. Two, I can't take Walmart or AC Moore and all them crowds and people looking at me like I'm nuts because I got addiction to yarn. Yeah, you better be stepping on, you know what I mean? Look at me weird because I'm buying yarn. You in the yarn aisle too. Uh-huh. Go ahead and snickle. That's the way I feel. Okay. So, I'm almost done with the row. And this is turning out really pretty. I love how it's doing. I hope she likes it. I got the pin in. And it is upstairs. I can't show you right now. When I do my yarn addiction video, when this is finished, I will show you the pin. And hopefully I can go outside and record on my phone. Because that phone does a really good video and stuff. Split again. I hate this yarn. And then that way you can get a pretty good view of it. I hope she likes it. And stuff. But I believe that is it that I wanted to talk about and stuff. So that was for the podcast. So anyways, have y'all, let's see, I'm going off topic here. I was kind of still explaining it to it. So, have you ever went into a craft store and people look at you like, why are you here? I cannot stand that. I've been into one where they just make you feel uncomfortable. I keep losing a stitch. And then I have went into one where, you know, they make you feel at home. Because one, they want your money. Two, they want you to come back. And three, they get as addicted as we are. So. And I'm trying to finish this row. If you want to answer the questions I did, or do a response, you can. Or you can just post down below and stuff. That would be cool. If you enjoyed this episode, you can't see me crocheting, I'm sorry. Just the way the tablet is. I'm recording on my tablet. Let me know and I will continue. I actually planned for another one that's going to be coming up in 2 weeks. And it is going, well, I ain't going to tell you until I put it up. That way you'll enjoy it. That way I'm not going into the next podcast thing. And another question real quick, since I've got to finish this row. If I finish this, I'll go ahead and get off. What is your favorite hook or knitting needle to work with? I tend to like the Boyd crochet hooks. The Denise is okay. And I do not like the Boyd knitting needles. For one, they get, what do you call them? Nicks. So your yarn gets snagged on them. I do not like them. I am in love with Denise knitting interchangeable knitting needles. I also like the Knit Picks. I think what I got was nickel plated. I love them. I believe, I can't remember her YouTube name. Robin from Cast Off Crew has nickel plated too. I think she loves hers. I love mine. I would recommend anybody who knits and loves knitting and wants to invest in circular knitting needles to get the Knit Pick ones because they're really nice. I love them. And see what I mean about the yarn splitting? I cannot take it. Just splits. And this is a brand new day-orange skein. It just aggravates you. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I'm already 15 minutes in. Like I said, this is a new thing I wanted to try. I thought it would be fun. And I thought you guys would enjoy it. And I will see you guys in the next 2 weeks. And hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. And stay, hang on, blessed. Bye, guys.